All right, it's time to bag up Oliver's birthday present. So we'll do the stick baits first. I got enough for 4 bags. I'm gonna give Oliver. Well, I got 4. I bagged these in 8, so I got 4 bags of 8. But one's gonna have an extra one. It's gonna be a 9 bagger, and that's the one I'm gonna give Oliver for his birthday. Well, I use scent in a completely different manner than what a lot of people would think it is. I mostly just use the scent not to make the fish hold a bait, but to get the human scent off. And this is my favorite right here. I guess you'd pronounce that anise, but it'll totally it blocks the human. Now see, when I put these in here, that was the last time any human hand's gonna touch this bait until somebody puts it on a hook. Because I'll use a little pair of tweezers to bag these up, just to keep my fingers off of them. And I just shake them up a little bit, like if you're gonna get ready to fry some fish. Pretty simple. And that's my theory on scent. With a stick bait, my experience is that you don't really want the bass to suck this all the way into his gut, because if you're going to release the fish especially, then you lower his mortality rate drastically. But you want to hook him in the lips, so you got to set this hook really fast. You don't want the fish to really gobble this thing up. That's my point of view. I just use these little printers like this to label my bags. And since I know I'm gonna have 4 bags, I'll set it to print out 4, just like that. And you'll see that show to you up close what it says. I get that to focus. Just tells the style of bait, the size, 5-inch. Colors watermelon candy, the scent that is used, and if it's salted or not. It's pretty simple, So then as far as my bags go, that's also a pretty straightforward bag. I just use plain bags. Put the bait label wherever it can fit, like that. It's pretty low budget. But how long does a bag last in a tackle box? You don't have to be a really beautiful looking label. And the last thing I do to the bag, for this size bag, I use one of the bigger stickers. And there's the logo. When it comes down to things like this, this is the way you can keep your prices low for the customers. You don't have to spend a whole lot on a bag. See, it's a dirt cheap bag right there, but it's gonna hold them baits just fine. And then I just simply, like, this is my favorite tool right here to keep me from getting my scent back on these. Now that I got them all scented up, I just drop them in there like that. Let them settle down. All right. There's a bag of stick baits. You get 8 of them in there. Like I said, Oliver's birthday present is going to have 9 because I'm going to have 1 extra anyway. So I'll put it in there. But it's pretty simple, and that's pretty much how I keep things.